Hello, my little pastry chefs. Today we're going to make short crust pastry, the buttery flaky base for pies, tarts, and quiches. Let's get our hands dirty. The ingredients are simple: plain or all-purpose flour, cold unsalted butter, a pinch of salt and ice-cold water. The colder the butter, the better. Now let's see how it's done. First, sift the flour and salt into a bowl. This ensures that the salt is evenly distributed. Cut the cold butter into small cubes and add it to the flour. Using your fingertips, rub the butter into the flour until the mixture looks like breadcrumbs. You can also use a food processor. Just pulse until the butter is evenly distributed and the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. The pea-sized pieces of butter that remain will melt during baking. They'll create those lovely air pockets and flakiness we all love. Overworking the butter into the flour will make the pastry tough, so be careful not to overdo it. Now let's add the water, a tablespoon at a time. Use a knife to mix it gently until the dough just comes together. You don't want to add too much water, or the dough will become sticky. The dough should be slightly crumbly. If it seems dry, add a little more water. If it's too wet, add a little more flour. Gently bring the dough together into a disc. Overworking the dough will develop the gluten in the flour, which can make the pastry tough, so handle it as little as possible. Now wrap the dough tightly in plastic wrap and chill it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. This step is crucial. It allows the gluten to relax and the butter to firm up, making the pastry easier to roll out and preventing it from shrinking in the oven. When you're ready to bake, roll the chilled dough on a lightly floured surface to your desired thickness. Be gentle. Overworking the dough will make it tough. Once you have even pieces, you can roll them out into circles, squares, or whatever shape you need. For pie, you'll typically roll the dough out into a circle, then transfer it to your pie plate. Gently press it into the bottom and sides of the plate. Trim any excess dough and crimp the edges. If the dough starts to get too soft while you're working with it, you can chill it for a few minutes in the refrigerator. Before baking, you may need to blind bake the pastry shell, especially if you're making a pie with a custard or egg-based filling. Blind baking is baking the pastry shell before adding the filling. To do this, prick the base of the pastry shell with a fork. This will help prevent it from puffing up during baking. Line the shell with parchment paper and fill it with pie weights or dried beans. Bake the shell according to your recipe instructions, usually at around 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. After the specified time, remove the weights and paper and bake until the shell is golden brown and fully baked. And that, my little pastry chefs, is how to make short crust pastry. With this basic technique, you'll be able to make countless delicious pies, tarts, and quiches. So don't be afraid to get in there and get messy. The most important thing is to have fun and enjoy the process. Until next time, happy baking.